Yo, what's going on, guys? Hope you're all good. So today we're going to be breaking down a music video that I shot. This was actually my first ever music video that I was the DP for. Luckily enough, I had quite a lot of creative control within the lighting, the looks, cinematography breakdown, and of course quite heavily involved in the pre-production. So today we're going to be breaking down 1, how the music video came about, 2, just the general during and post-production of the music video. During production, that makes sense. The production of the music video, and yeah, anything else that comes to mind from that. I'm going to be doing a separate video going over the cinematography breakdown of some of the scenes, just going over the lighting, the framing, etc. of some of the scenes. But yeah, I'll put that in another video, so subscribe to see that one. So how this music video came about was actually through free work. You know how everyone's always saying, if you want to get more clients, do some free work, and you're a bit like, I don't want to work for free, I spend money on this gear and I have to do this for free, and it's a bit like, But this actually came through free work. So we were filming a documentary a couple months ago. Funnily enough, it was my first ever documentary as well. And the girl that we were filming the documentary for, or about, she recommended us to an artist who was looking for a new videographer. And after our producer jumped on a call, spoke with him, everything was all good, we set motion and started planning the music video. So a big takeaway just from that first point is literally just to make sure you are doing free work, you are actively doing free work. Although we weren't doing music videos, we were still producing work at a high caliber, which enabled us to be in a position when someone else is looking for a new videographer, they can look at our work and see it's of high caliber and be like, yeah, I want to jump on with these guys, I want to use these guys to shoot what it is I want to create. So after speaking to the artist and going through everything, we ended up speaking to the owner of the music label, the record label, and they are an ex-NFL player. So they saw a lot of the sports and fitness stuff that we already shoot and thought we were perfect for the job, considering this music video essentially was going to be about that player's life. So the music video is called Pagan, in which, if you're not from the UK, means kind of like a snake, a fake friend, that kind of thing. And essentially it was about, I think it was his old record label company that kind of snaked him as the artist, but he was still able to break free and become successful, something like that. I can't really remember all of it. So the concept of this video was simply to first showcase this child's love for American football, for the New York Giants, for just wanting to be drafted in the NFL, to growing up, training, getting better and actually being drafted. But obviously the pagans of the music video, the people who are hating on him, because obviously he's not from a place that traditionally plays American football, they just played football or soccer. So that's the kind of basic concept of the video. So after we kind of had that basic understanding, we drew up a storyboard, we went through mostly scene by scene, just so on the day we were very organized, we knew exactly what we were looking to shoot, and yeah, we're literally just going scene to scene to scene to scene to scene to scene in pre-production. I started making lighting breakdowns for the kind of overall scenes, the different scenes. Obviously you need to do one for every exact scene, because things will be quite similar, but yeah, it was just a lot easier when you do a lot more work in pre-production. Once we storyboarded everything out and obviously spoke to the artist and made sure they were happy with how we were going to execute this, we started looking at what gear we wanted to use. As our main key camera, that was the Sony fx6, that was paired with 24-70 G Master, a 50mm prime and a 35mm. I think that was it. Yeah, those are the 3 main lenses that we used across the shoot. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. The fx6 performed really, really well. The colors look nice. The operation of the camera was very simple. First time using it, but I think it's the camera that I'm gonna purchase in a couple months. Lenses, obviously they came out cool. Used my Mavic Air 2 for some of the drone shots, and the gimbal we used was the Ronin M. Really old gimbal, but it still works so well. I just wish DJI would make an updated version of that gimbal, just because it does work so well. But anyway, that gear wise, I think, lighting. Forza 300 is our main key light, with the nanlite pavo tubes as the practicals. I think we used the Godox SL60W just for what do we use it for? Oh, we used it for the night scene. I put a blue gel on top of that, but I'm going to get into that kind of stuff in the lighting and cinematography breakdown. The shoot ran over 3 days. The first day was when we were on the field, we're shooting all the routes, the runs, the walking into the field, the catches, everything on the field was shot on day 1. Day 2 was when we shot him and his girlfriend in the apartment, him doing the performance scene in the bedroom, just pretty much everything of him inside the apartment as a grown man. And day 3 was when we shot him as a child. So obviously it was a different actor. And yeah, just shooting him, the boy in the bedroom, playing with the football, drawing on the New York Giants paper, looking up into the poster, and yeah, just all of that scene was shot on day 3. So going into the edit, I thought this would be really, really simple, just because, we storyboarded it out. Everything went fairly according to plan with the storyboard. So when looking at the storyboard, when editing, kind of just put it all together and thought, cool, that was easy. Yeah. We spent maybe 3 days, literally all day, tweaking things, changing things, making it tell the story better, all these little tweaks. You think you've done a good job in the first draft, and then you look at it after you've done a second and third draft, and you think, how is that ever acceptable? But that's something that I learned over the course of this. Like, you should actually hate your first draft, just because when you're first looking at it, you have certain ideas in your head. Once you go away, you step back for a little bit and you take another look. In a couple hours, you realize all the mistakes that you've made. But when you've been editing for so long, you're almost blind to these things. So it's just great, take your time with your edits and stuff. After you've submitted your first draft, take a bit of time. Have a look again. Where could you improve it? Where could you change a scene here? Where could you fix a mistake there? Just little things how you can improve your final edits just by taking time off the screen and actually giving yourself some space before you look at your next draft. So we changed quite a few things from the first draft to the final draft that you're obviously watching. And the main things were the beginning and the end. Just the initial small boy bit and the draft day bit, just to kind of help them tell more of a story, so you can really see, okay, so we understand that this is a little kid that likes American football, he likes the New York Giants, and he has an uncle that obviously wants him to play normal football, and that upsets him, that upsets the kid. So we kind of get that base story. And the next section is when we go to Amdi being grown. He's obviously picking up the football on his floor, still in the same bedroom, but he's now a grown man. He's getting his stuff ready, going to practice, gets his drink, and then he's looking for his gloves. His girlfriend comes out with his gloves in his bag, gives him a little pep talk as it's like the last practice before the draft day. So after the scene of him losing every play, getting smacked down and ends up getting knocked out, this is where he kind of has a flashback of him as a child, staring up at his dream of being in the NFL, his dream of being a New York Giants player. So he gets back up, he's now fired up, he's ready to go. He comes with a different energy, and now he starts winning every play. This kind of shows the switch in mindset of him while he's doing his next performance scene, which then relates to the song about them saying they can't take his freedom, they can't slow his progress, there's no haters that can kind of defeat him. Following that, we take a pause in the song again, just so we can show the draft that we're creating tension here. You can hear the foot tapping, the finger tapping, you hear the clock ticking. It's just things that are creating tension to show how nervous he is. You see him and his girlfriend sitting there, frantically just stressing out over the fact, will he or will he not get drafted? Then once the text comes through, obviously see the celebration on their face, the happiness, the mood completely changes, and they are now kind of in that happy state. Then the last bit of them, getting the next text message of a welcome to the uprise, that is actually the record label. So it's like him, now he's finally made it, and the first record label that were the haters, the pagans that he was first in, that were stopping him, now are no more, and he's now in this new record label, which obviously has accepted him and is helping him get to his dreams. That kind of thing. So that's the rough kind of story. I hope that kind of was portrayed from the video, because obviously that's the point of it. But yeah, that's a basic breakdown of this music video, and I'm going to be doing another video on how we actually lit some of the scenes, just a bit of a cinematography breakdown on that. So definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you've got some value from this, I'd really appreciate if you could drop a like down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.